refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Zero Sports Talk. I'm Zero Griffey. Oh, the round of 32 is over. The round of 16 quickly starting, so that's why I'm trying to get this video out. But let's talk about it. Now, the round of 32 had a lot of interesting results, and I was wrong about a lot of things. But to be fair, that's the best thing in sports, is to be wrong. The unpredictable makes the games more exciting. But I'm going to talk about the round of 32 in order of the brackets. So the first game I really want to talk about is Germany and Paraguay. Yeah. Germany was up against it early. A goal by Inacio, was it? No, it was Insigne. I can't pronounce his name for some reason. Whatever. But they were back against the wall early, down 1-0. And of course, probably the most clutch goal scorer in the world, Kai Havertz, is the one that ties it up. Now, the game went into extra time where Germany thought they won it on a Jonathan Tah header. It was ruled no goal because of a foul in the penalty box, unfortunately for Germany. So the match kept going until they reached the penalties. Now, this is what I really want to talk about because this obviously is going to be talked about later in another game. The penalties. I get that it's tough on some players and some players don't want to step up. Not stepping up for your country in a world tournament isn't a great excuse for me, but okay, I get it. Because it's one thing to take it and miss. But knowing you don't want to take it and don't want to step up, you're probably almost certainly going to miss. Like if someone forces you as a player and you're not comfortable taking the penalty, you're probably going to miss anyways. But this speaks to like some of the fragile mindset for some of the players in the World Cup, not just Germany, but like a lot of players. It's like if you're in this tournament, you know this could be a possibility. Get confident. I don't know what to tell you. It's like be confident. It's like especially if you're an attacker, midfielder, maybe some leeway, but an attacker, bro, you should be the first one up to take that penalty. I was like, you're literally paid to score the goal. Like I don't get the mentality there. Midfielder, I did say gets leeway, but come on, you're there to create and score the goals as well. I'm not even going to talk about the defensive backs because they shouldn't really be. They should be the last line, like they are on the pitch. They should be the last line to like try to score the goals, and then the goalies obviously don't score goals at all. So this brings me to Germany. 4 players. 4. I'm actually see if I can name them because this is actually crazy. Let's see. Out of the 4 players that didn't want to take it, it was Leon Goretzka, who was asked multiple times to take it by the team captain Joshua Kimmich. Didn't want to take it. Waldemar Anton, Nathaniel Brown, and Malik Daw. None of them wanted to take a penalty for their team. So where does that leave us? Well, Kai Havertz obviously starts it off. And setting the tone is great, but Kai, who just had the clutch goal that tied the game in the first place, missed. That was brutal because now Germany not only back against the wall to start the game, now they're back against the wall and the penalties. Uh, and then Paraguay goes on to make the first three penalties. Joshua Kimmich, Jamal Musiala, again, Musiala is very young and still stepped up for his country. Respect to him. They both hit. That leaves back-to-back misses for Walderman, Nick Walderman, uh, Antonio Sanabria for Paraguay. Nadimi Amiri scores. Fabian Balbuena, he misses. And we're all pretty much like knotted up. Like Jonathan Tah is the one that steps up because four players, like I mentioned, didn't want to take the penalty that could have taken the penalty and could have probably been more well, if they didn't want to take it, they weren't confident. But I was like, the fans and the manager and the team captain Kimmich probably would have been more comfortable if they took it. But Jonathan Tah, respect to him, he stepped up. He said, "I'll take it." Um, so he does. Again, Tah almost scored a header that almost won them the game. Got ruled out. He steps up. He misses. Now Germany's back against the wall in a golden kick. Sudden, it's basically sudden death. So all Paraguay needs to do is score to win it, and they do by Jose Canela. Canela. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Look, respect again to Jonathan Tah. Doesn't deserve any of the blame. If anything, if you don't want to blame the guys that didn't take it, fine. But the biggest blame I give is Kai Havertz, man. He's the one that should have set the tone. Now, Neuer couldn't. It seemed like he was guessing early, allowed the first three, and then kind of stood his ground in the last two that Paraguay missed, and then guessed again, and then it all came down from there. But this is why I talk about the penalty takers, because you got your defensive back, Jonathan Tah, never has taken this kick before, never taken a penalty kick. I don't think he's taken a free kick. Never has done it before. He steps up and obviously he misses. Uh, it's brutal. It's a brutal way to lose. It's a brutal way for the fans to accept that they lost. One of the favorites, one of the most, what is expected to be one of the most dominant countries in this sport, and your players don't want to step up for the country is brutal. All right, so let me move on. I just wanted to get that out of the way. I'm probably not going to go that in depth with most of the other games because that penalty situation just aggravated me. But France and Sweden, I honestly expected more of a fight from Sweden. I know France is France, obviously, but Sweden's attackers I like. I like Isak. I like Sorloth. But it was too much. It was too much to overcome. France dominated most of the game, dominated most of the possession, obviously, as they do. Kylian Mbappe chasing Messi, chasing the golden boot. He scores two. He scored in the 45th minute with extra time. He scored in the 74th minute. And Bradley Barcola shows up and he scores as well. Michael Olise doing what Michael Olise does. The assists have been crazy, even in the World Cup. No score from Dembele. He did have an attempt, but you don't really need everybody to score. That's a star in this game for them to win. So again, I expected more of a fight from Sweden. I picked France to win anyway, so it doesn't really matter. France moves on. South Africa and Canada. Now, shout out to the African countries in this tournament. They played well. They played tough. This one was a heartbreaker, though. In the 90th minute, Canada gets a goal from Steven Esquo Esquantino. I really got to get these names down. But either way, Canada wins it late, 1-0. A game I thought was going into extra time and probably penalties because it seemed like neither side could get a finish, could get a score. Uh, Plenty of attempts, yeah, but uh, I'm more impressed with how Canada played because I didn't expect them. Well, I expect them to make it out of the group. I I just didn't expect them to go far after that. You could say they got a lucky draw with South Africa. Yeah, kinda, but like I said, all these African teams played really good. Really tough defense. Now South Africa showed um, so much passion, so much heart, and Canada overcame it and won. So shout out to them. One of the host countries didn't play in Canada. I think they played in the U.S., but they should have won their bracket if they wanted to play in Canada. That's all I gotta say. Netherlands, Morocco. This is honestly what I expected it to be. Tough, defensive, physical game. I mean, it's Netherlands, it's Morocco, Netherlands. I considered the best defense in the tournament, which I shouldn't as a Spain fan because Spain's defense is amazing. But anyways, Netherlands, Morocco came down to penalties as well. Um, a lot of misses on that one. Uh, all in all, once it got to penalties, I thought Netherlands was going to take it pretty easily. Once it got to penalties, it's anyone's ball game at that point. Morocco wins it 3-2 in penalties. Netherlands is unfortunately eliminated, which was one of my dark horses to win the tournament. Not much else I can say there. I was wrong about that. Um, but if they were to lose, Morocco is one of the African countries that I expect them to lose to. I think they're one of the best. I think they're top two with Senegal. We'll get to that in a second. I think it's Morocco and Senegal, and then everybody else after that. Um, but shout out to them. They move on. They will face Canada in the round of 16. Portugal and Croatia. That was a fun game. Again, I wasn't confident in Portugal's offense at all when they're attacking at all. They had one good game in the group stage. The other two were meh. Um, Ronaldo hasn't been showing up like Messi is. Maybe that's unfair to Ronaldo. He's older and everything, but I always like the memes where it's like his teammates just don't like him and don't pass him the ball, don't let him take free kicks and all that. That's always funny, but he's he didn't show up for most of the group stage. That second game was different. This game, he scored, which is great. He got the party going as they were down to Croatia 1-0. And then finally, in the 90th minute, extra time, before anything could like, well, let me take a step back. Croatia played very well in this game. Um, it seemed like it should have been not as low scoring as it was to me. Um, Both teams weren't at their best, but I got to give it up for Portugal because in that 90th minute, Goncalo Ramos scores the decisive goal. I've seen a lot of last minute goals in this World Cup, which has been insane. I love it. Uh, but they avoid the fate that would have probably eliminated them because if it seems like the favorites and penalty kicks do not mix in this tournament. So for every favorite in this tournament that's facing a smaller country or underdog team, don't go to penalties because apparently y'all can't do that. You can do everything else but make penalties because your players don't want to. Anyways, Portugal moves on. And that leads me to my favorite team, Spain, who look like the Spain team that everyone expected. Now, I'll say this Spain is known for slow starts. When they won it in 2010, I think they lost to Switzerland in their first game, and then they ended up winning the whole tournament. Everyone talks about their game against Cape Verde. Great. It's what they do. They start slow. Not only did they start slow, though, they didn't play their best players. That's neither here and there because Cape Verde is a very good team with so much. After what happened yesterday, Cape Verde deserves all the respect in the world. I don't want to hear it. But just this is just who Spain is. Slow starters. They start getting into rhythm. They start scoring. But they're real. The best thing about Spain that no one talks about is what I mentioned with Netherlands is their defense. Haven't allowed a goal yet in the tournament. And when they won it in 2010, they only had 8 goals. They only scored 8 goals. Guess how much they gave up? 2. Throughout the whole tournament, when they won it, they only allowed 2 goals. And then this team pretty much seems like it's doing the same thing, except they still haven't allowed not 1 goal. Very impressive. It seems like anytime a team is trying to attack against them, they win the ball back so fast. They win possession back so fast, and then they keep possession for most of the game. People saying Spain doesn't look that impressive. They look very impressive. Spain looks amazing right now. Um, they control possession. They wear you out. They find spaces, gaps in the holes. They're crossing. Whether it's Yamal, who's been marked by 3 or 4 defenders every time he gets the ball, which is why Yamal can't get free. He needs help. He's getting it. Um, but we'll see without Nico Williams if they can keep scoring, and, helping Yamal and the rest of the team score because Nico Williams not playing is a huge blow. I know how much that meant to him. But Spain wins against Austria 3-0. They will face Portugal in the round of 16. USA and Bosnia pretty much went the way I expected. Um, I say don't underestimate any team in this tournament. That's just me showing respect to the countries and the teams that made it out of the group stage, whether they were second, whether they were third. You need to give respect to these teams because you never know what happens. But USA put that to bed. Any thoughts of them losing momentum because they lost to Turkey in the final group stage? Eliminated. They won 2-0. Pretty easy, pretty dominant performance. Although Balogun did get a red card, that's going to hurt them next game because I believe he's disqualified. They can't review it. They can't um, try to get him back for that game. So he's out, and USA moves on, but at what cost? Speaking at what cost, Belgium and Senegal. This one, I'm going to pause real quick, talk about. It's funny because, as like I said, Senegal to me is the best African country, the people's champions of Africa, toughest teams, and they survived one of the toughest groups, the toughest group. There was no other group tougher than Group 1, Group I, whatever you want to call it. France, Norway, Senegal, Iraq. There was no one. there was no group tougher than that. So far be it from me to believe that they were going to win this game, and for 80 minutes, it looked like they were going to win it pretty easily until I think the 83rd minute. Senegal was up 2-0, and for some reason, I left around the 78th minute to like start doing my laundry because I was like, this game's over, whatever, blah blah blah. I come back, I see Belgium still has the ball, and I start thinking to myself, something's gonna happen because the build-up just seemed like Belgium was setting something up. Whether planned or not, they scored their first goal, and like 83rd minute. Let me make sure because I want to make sure I got the time right on this. But either way, Belgium scored, and now they were down 2-0. Looked all like all hope was lost. Once you get that first goal and you hear the fans and you hear the excitement and it's like it's not over till it's over. You still got extra time even in the 90th minute. I felt like they were going to turn it up. Belgium was definitely going to turn it up. Far be it from me to say it again. I felt something was up. I just felt it. Like I didn't like Senegal's defense. I didn't like how they were moving. I don't know if it was tired. They didn't look like they did for the first 80 minutes. It looked like Belgium was easily getting into positions to attack. And it didn't take long. It didn't take the 90th minute. 3 minutes, they scored two goals to tie the game 2-2 at the end of the game, not like in the 50th minute, at the end of the game, where Senegal could have just parked the bus. I know that would have been hard because Belgium was really being aggressive after that first goal, but still insane. Belgium ties it. And of course, after they tied it, let's see. Oh, it was Lukaku in the 86. It was Tillemans in the 89. And then far be it from Belgium to make those last second goals and not do it again. In the 120th minute, they win it and they advance with a score of 3-2. Like I said, that was heartbreaking for Senegal. I can't think of a more heartbreaking way. There probably is more heartbreaking ways, but like being up 2-0 in the 86th minute, like then giving up two goals, giving up the second goal in the 89th minute, and going into extra time, almost surviving a full extra time and almost getting going to penalties, which is not great for either side. I don't think it's great for Belgium or Senegal to go to penalties. I didn't know who to pick at that point. But then Belgium puts it away. Brutal, brutal way for the people's champions of Africa to go out. They choked. They choked. That's all I can say. They move on. Belgium moves on. They will face the USA. And then Brazil and Japan, another heartbreaking loss. This one was on Japan. Uh, Brazil, Vinicius Jr. I feel like I disrespected Vinny before the tournament. That's out the window. I apologize if I did. He is showing up. He is balling. Shout out to him. I'm really excited about Brazil. This is the Brazil I want to see. Very dominant team. They look so calm and composed and playing the game. It was a close game because it's Japan. They got the power of friendship. You're not gonna smoke Japan in any game in soccer or in baseball either. It's like they're a really good team. Um, they gain a lot of fans worldwide for and are always picked to be dark horses because they deserve it. They deserve all the respect in the world. But it was a last minute goal as well in the 90th minute, extra time. Gabriel Martinelli scores a goal to send Japan home in the most heartbreaking way. Shout out to them. Great run getting out of the group stage. I expected more, but then running into Brazil is not the team that I would expect them to advance at. I'm pretty sure I picked Brazil. Uh, my mom's excited. My mom loves Brazil. So shout out to them. Japan moves on. Ivory Coast and Norway. Closer than I thought. I'm not gonna lie. Closer than I thought. Um, Ivory Coast, again, I should expect this from every African nation. They play well. They stay in games. If they advance into the tournament, it's going to be hard to eliminate them. But of course, they were down early. The way Norway was playing, I didn't think it was going to be much of a game until Ahmed Diallo in the 74th minute scored. And of course, the cyborg himself, goal scorer, also going for the golden boot. Erling Haaland puts it away in the 86th minute. And of course, it had to be him. So Norway moves on. That was a fun game to watch as well. Ivory Coast, shout out to them. Um, Brazil will face Norway. That's probably the game of the round of 16. Um, so shout out to them. Let's move on. Mexico, Ecuador, Mexico continues their dominance, continues to do what Spain is doing and not allowing goals. Shout out to them. They look like the best host nation. I know people say the U.S. Da, da, da. The U.S. has a lot of goals and they've lost. So no, I'd say it's Mexico. Mexico has been absolutely steamrolling the competition. Did the same thing with Ecuador, winning 2-0. I didn't get to stay up in this game. I fell asleep at the end, but it's what I expected from Mexico. So they move on. England and Congo. Shout out to again another African nation making people sweat and bringing hope to the team. Oh my God, it's like this is why I said every African nation shout out to them because they've been balling, and even whether it's a little team or a giant, they've been balling, and DR Congo is no exception. But even though they held the lead early, which shocked me, like how I was like my jaw almost dropped to the floor. It was quick too. It was like in the seventh minute, it scored. I was like, was that easy for him? What the heck? What is England doing? I was like, is this gonna be one of them England moments where they collapse and their fans go crazy and all that stuff like they have done throughout history? No, because this time they got Harry Kane, probably the Ballon d'Or, probably the best striker in the world, also a Golden Boot contender. Harry Kane scores 2 goals, one in the 75th, and then 11 minutes later in the 86th, puts it away. England wins 2-1. Another fun game. After that first goal by Congo, they couldn't really get anything going the rest of the game. Unfortunately, a hot start was a hot start, and it didn't do anything after. Argentina. Oh, England will face Mexico, by the way, in the round of 16. Argentina, Cape Verde. Let me just say this. Argentina is lucky that didn't go to penalties. So whatever black magic Cape Verde had in that game, yeah, they would have missed multiple penalty kicks. Argentina would have missed multiple penalty. Cape Verde would have moved on. I was so sure if that game went to penalties that Cape Verde was going to come out on top. So shout out to them in their debut in the World Cup. Never played in the World Cup before. Even I doubted them. The world doubted them. It doesn't matter. It was impressive what they did, what they pulled off. Oh my God! And in this game, like they drew in their group stage, so they never lost. They just drew. They never really won. So I didn't expect the magic to continue that everyone was talking about. They had this magic. I was dead wrong because Argentina had this game put away twice, or 3 times because they eventually did put it away, but twice. Most importantly, Leo Messi started the party off in the 29th minute with a goal. All hope seemed lost. And then Deroy Duarte scored in the 59th minute to tie the game. Then Lisandro Martinez, a great goal off the corner. Um, or was it a cross? I forgot. But missed everybody else. He came in from behind. He kicks it, just gets by Vozinha for a goal. Again, Argentina looks like they're going to win it. This time for sure. Uh, in the 92, because this was an extra time in the 92-minute mark. And then Sydney Lopes Cabral with the goal of the tournament. An absolute, like, I had to admire it. I kept replaying it. I went to social media and I kept watching videos of it. That goal was amazing. It looked like he was going to hit a cross, maybe try to get a header, sneak it by Martinez. No, he laced one, curved it perfectly into the back of the net, right by Martinez to tie the game 2-2. And at this point, I'm like, there is no way. There is no way Argentina's winning this game. Because holy, I expect the unexpected, but I did not expect that at all from Cape Verde. So shout out to them. Unfortunately, the 111th minute, it counted as an own goal, but whatever. Argentina scored. I don't. It just barely hit the defender, but they count anything that hits the defender an own goal. They should get rid of that rule. Argentina scored, and after that, Cape Verde didn't have an answer. They did have plenty of time left to make an answer. So it looked like the magic has run out. Honestly, if Cape Verde pulled it out, we need to talk about that sage that picked them. We would have had to start believing in him. But Argentina moves on. The champs stay alive. They survive. Didn't win that game. They survived that game. Did not win that game. Shout out to Argentina, but more importantly, shout out Cape Verde. Deserve all the respect in the world, and I can't wait to see them again in the tournament. Whew. Australia, Egypt, another game that came down to penalties, and another. This is why I talked about the penalty kicking in the beginning of the video because I would have went on another rant again in this video in this game. But all in all, pretty much think about it as the same as the Germany. Wow, my brain. Germany Paraguay game. Australia had people that could have taken the penalty that did not want to. That left a 16-year-old to be one of their deciding kickers. 18-year-old player, brave. He deserves all the respect in the world because he didn't have to take that kick. Let's be honest. He didn't have to. Hold on, because I want to get his name because he deserves for me to say his name. Ooh. Okay, Lucas Harrington. Sorry. Should have remembered the name before I started the video. Lucas Harrington, all the respect in the world to him, 18 years old. When all these cowards behind him didn't want to take the kick, he said, I'll do it. I'll step up. I'll be the one. First World Cup. I'll take the kick for my country. He missed it. Egypt didn't miss a single penalty. They advanced again. I'm not gonna go into a rant of these cowards that didn't want to take the penalty. If you don't got the balls to take a penalty kick, don't join the national team. I don't know what to tell you. Where is the confidence to join the national team and not take a penalty? Again, it frustrates me. Argentina will face Egypt in the round of 16, and Switzerland, Algeria. I eh, I I was gonna say I expected more of a fight from Algeria, but not really. I mean, that last game in the group stage made me have more hope for Algeria than I needed to, but Switzerland dominated. Switzerland wins 2-0. Colombia, Ghana. I fell asleep during this game. I was tired. I was working. To be fair, but Colombia pulls it off. It's kind of again another African nation keeping the game close and keeping people at the edge of their seats. Unfortunately, they couldn't pull it off either. They get eliminated by Colombia. And now we have the round of 16. I'm going to make my predictions. Paraguay, France. Let's just get that over with. It's France. It's going to be France. It's always France. France is going to dominate that game. Nah, shout out Paraguay. You shocked me in that game versus Germany. Let's see if you can do it again. I'm not going to be mad if they upset another team. But France is a different beast. Canada, Morocco. Like I said, two top teams in Africa that I believe in, Senegal and Morocco. Senegal gone, so I'm gonna still believe in Morocco. Morocco's moving on. One of the hosts is finally eliminated in Canada. Portugal, Spain. I know everyone expects me to pick Spain because I'm biased. So what I'm gonna do is still pick Spain because I am biased. Spain's winning that game. But let me actually give an actual reason. Portugal didn't look that impressive. I don't know what to tell you. Everything people saying about Spain is not impressive. It's not true. Watch Portugal and watch Spain. Two different styles of play. You'll see Spain is more dominant. I'm picking Spain in that game. Lamine Yamal, whether he's being marked by four defenders or not, Spain's gonna find a way. USA and Belgium. I mean, Belgium didn't look that great for 86 minutes against Senegal. USA has looked great except for that game in Turkey where they rested players. This one is actually tough. Um, USA has been playing well. That huge blow, though, that's what comes to mind. Balogun isn't going to play. I just remembered that. Oh, that's a huge blow. Belgium has Romelu Lukaku still looking like his old self. I was talking about Belgium in the pre-World Cup show where it's like they're getting old, they're getting up there in age, but Lukaku's still looking good. De Bruyne is looking like a leader. I seen him on the bench yelling and being aggravated, and he just looks like a leader you want to follow into battle. And Jeremy Doku, Great dribbler. I love watching him play. I'm gonna pick Belgium. So yes, two host countries are eliminated in the round of 16. Brazil and Norway. I'm not gonna pick next. I'm kidding. Oh man, I gotta pick one. And this game is right around the corner too. Oh my god, it's tomorrow actually. There's a game on in a couple hours. I'm picking. This is like one of those. You know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna pick one, and I'm gonna say I'm not mad if I'm wrong because I won't be mad at whoever advances from this. So I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna pick Norway because I like Holland. I like Brazil too, but I like Holland more than Vinny. So I'm gonna pick Norway. I wouldn't be mad for whoever advances though. Like I said, my mom's a huge Brazil fan, so shout out to her. If Brazil wins. I'm not gonna tell her I'm picking Norway, but let's just keep that between us. Mexico and England. This is where I start believing that England is gonna choke. This is like one of them. This is if you've known the World Cup, you know it's coming. You know some disappointment is coming for England. Oh my god! And this is like the point of where I expected it to come. Like DR Congo did not. Their game against DR Congo did not relieve me of any of those thoughts. Oh, round of 16 though. Nah, oh man. I'm picking England. I'm picking England. Yes, all three host countries are going to be eliminated in the round of 16. As dominant as Mexico has been, and I'm probably going to look so stupid by saying this because I know England's history, but I think it's still too early for England to be completely disappointed. Argentina and Egypt. Egypt, Mohamed Salah, one of the best players in the world, and possibly his last World Cup. Lionel Messi, the GOAT, and probably his last World Cup. Sad to see him go, but this is where Salah leaves. Argentina moves on. I'm picking the favorites. I need to pick underdogs, man. I need to pick underdogs. I just don't see it right now. Switzerland, Colombia. Whether you think Colombia is the favorite or Switzerland's the favorite, this is probably where I pick an underdog because I am picking Colombia to move on that one. And that's all I got to say about that. Round of 16 is starting in a couple hours, so I got to get this video out. Shout out to everybody that watched and watched through the whole thing. Part of it was boring. The beginning wasn't. A lot of exciting games. I love the World Cup. I love these finishes. It seems like every game is coming down to the last minute or extra time or penalties. It's ridiculous. Round of 16, even better because the competition steps up more. 16 of the best in the world are competing for the title of champion, for the Golden Cup, for the Golden Boot. Tune in, watch it. It's fun. It's the talk of the summer. I'm out. We don't get this kind of competition for 4 years. So cherish it, enjoy it, learn the players, learn the sport. If you haven't, don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, man. And don't forget to hit up the R2L network, which I am a part of. We got a lot of other shows. We got the main show, the R2L show, with Joe, Dave, and Tomo. Cover a wide range of topics in sports. We got baseball topics with Baseball with Teddy, covers all your Major League Baseball needs. We got Unfazed with JJ and AJ, more of an NBA, NFL debate show. If you'd like to see two guys arguing, I keep saying JJ, with Joe and AJ. I don't know why I keep doing that. But NFL, NBA debate show where they just go at it, um, back and forth, kind of like your Undisputed, your first take. If you want to watch that, hit them up in the red corner with Ty, Ricky, and Tomo. They got you with the boxing matches, and they got you with all kinds of MMA. So check them out. Dave's Doghouse. He gives you the lowlights and highlights of sports. Great worker. He does his thing. He brings you consistent videos every week. Football with Coach Combs. He used to do fantasy. Now he's doing NFL talk, and a lot of things happen in the NFL offseason already. Sure, more is to come. There's things about the draft, and obviously, it's getting to that time, fantasy football time. Time everybody loves. So if you want any fantasy football advice, hit him up. Football with Coach Combs on R2L. Carl Talking College, strictly NCAA football, NCAA basketball. He's your man. Um, right now he's doing a preview of every conference um, in the Big Ten. I think he's gonna do the ACC. I will join him for the Big Ten preview in a couple of weeks because I'm a Big Ten fan. I'm a USC fan. Um, I just like the Big Ten in general. I like that the Pac-12 was moved to the Big Ten. Like most of the Pac-12 teams are moved to the Big Ten. The Big Ten right now, I just love it. I love it way more than the SEC, ACC. I don't care. That's the conference right there. Championship conference. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna join them. Make sure you join us for that collab when we talk about it. And Real Ballers Only with Vaughn. That's where you get all your NBA stuff, all your NBA topics. NBA offseason has been wild. I need to make a video about the Lakers offseason specifically, but for every team, for every move, hit up Vaughn for Real Ballers Only on the R12 Network. That's all from me. I'm Zero Griffey. This is Zero Sports Talk, where I talk about the biggest events and moments in sports, sometimes the biggest news. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll check you guys out later. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.